Hello, everybody. It is Sunday, the 16th of November. I want to talk again about this false narrative that we are beings of light that are trapped in matter, that this world is a trap, that there's nothing it can teach us. There is no knowledge here. And that we are just coming back to repeat the same mistakes over and over and over again because they're loose farming us. The truth is, we are beings of light. We are not trapped in matter. And yes, this world is teaching us a lot. And the reason why we are repeating the same things over and over and over again is because we are not learning. We are not seeing the lessons, and we are not learning. Yeah? I want to show you this here. I watched 2 videos yesterday that were actually mind-numbing. One was one of those AI-generated videos. And again, I would say, I don't know why we should trust them. Yeah? If there's somebody proclaiming the truth but doesn't have the guts to put his own face, his own voice, or his real name behind what he's saying, then why should we trust them? If they are hiding behind AI-generated videos, why should we trust them? Are they hiding because they have something to hide? Should ask yourself that. The other video was Sadhguru. And God, I really am wondering about him. Yeah? I know he has got connections to the World Economic Forum. And I'm wondering if he's a part of that or connected to that because he actually believes in it. And he knows what he's doing. Or is he just a useful idiot? Because what he said was idiotic. I mean, in the end, it's just idle speculation. In the end, it doesn't matter why he's doing it. What is important is that we see the truth. That we see through the deception. Now, I've heard that we are coming into this world because we are creating memories. We are not creating memories, we are gathering knowledge. We are gathering knowledge. We should be gathering knowledge, we should be learning things, lessons that are offered to us here. In many respects we do, and I think we do it unconsciously. So others say, well, this is no good to you because you cannot remember your lifetime before. How on earth would that be helpful? Yeah? Most of us have their hands full with this lifetime. And we should concentrate on this lifetime because this is the lesson at hand. So, but I mean, creating order in this lifetime, most people have their hands full with that. So why on earth would you want to have the knowledge of several other lifetimes at this moment? Do you think that would make things clearer? Do you think that would be in any way helpful? I mean, there's clutter that you probably can't see through anymore. Concentrate on what is on hand. Now, the lifetimes before that you do not remember, you did not get out of them empty-handed. I tell you that right now. There is knowledge that you have gained through those lifetimes, knowledge that stayed with you because you have internalized it, and it's there. It is a part of who you are. And you are expanding in knowledge from lifetime to lifetime. and hopefully in wisdom. Yeah? Knowledge and wisdom. And that knowledge shows itself in this lifetime. When you have a feeling of deja vu, when you have you have some intuitive knowledge that you have no idea where it came from, that is the knowledge of a previous lifetime that tells you what to do in a situation. It doesn't matter that you remember the situation before through which you gained the knowledge. That doesn't matter. What matters is that you have that knowledge. You have understood it, you have internalized it, and then it will stay with you. And it will serve you when it is needed. It doesn't have to be there all the time. Not all the knowledge has to be there all the time. Again, overload. But the knowledge that serves you, that is within you, will rise at the moment that it will serve. And that is how it works. That is what we are experiencing. To want everything all at once is lunacy, and it will lead to lunacy. It will lead to information overload. So why the hell are you asking for it? Know what you need to know at the moment, and you will. It will be given. Right. But let's go to the AI generated video and what he said. What he said. Yeah, this world is a trap. Yeah, you're coming here, you're repeating endlessly the same, you're having the same experiences over and over again, politics, religion, you're going through the same bad relationships over and over again, and the whole thing is totally pointless. You're going through the same shit over and over again because you have not learned the lesson. You are continuously doing the same bloody same thing. The lesson was there. If you have the lesson of a bad relationship, you should look at that. You should look at yourself. Look at yourself and look at the person that you had a relationship with. You've made a very bad connection there, energetically. Not as a physical being, that was your energy that made that connection. Because you are a being of light. And you got hurt because you had the wrong connection. And if you do, and there is a lesson of cause and effect. You do a certain thing, it will have that effect. If you do the same thing over and over again, the effect will not change. You will not create a different outcome. There was the lesson that you did not learn, but that this world and this experience has provided for you. If you learn the lesson, you will be a more enlightened being, and you will not be in that same relationship again. That is the point. There is the expansion of knowledge and of awareness. That is the knowledge that this world will give to you. It's here. The knowledge is here. You're experiencing it. You're experiencing yourself. You should grow in awareness of what you are and what it is you're doing. And if you don't, it's not the fault of this world. It was providing the lesson. If you refuse to learn it, it's not the fault of this world. The other thing he said, and that again goes into what Sadhguru was saying, that really had me reeling. How stupid can you get? AI video said, the falsehood. Well, so thinking that you're learning something here is a trap. That's the first thing. You're being trapped by the idea that you might learn something. The our emotions are a trap. The feeling of guilt, the feeling of fear, you are trapped. They are traps because we are being loose found or something. Right. Let me say this. The feeling of guilt is a guide, is a guide for the teacher. It tells you you've done something wrong. And it is the knowledge of right and wrong, it is your conscience that guides you through this. Yeah? And then Sadhguru, so that is false. Fear and guilt are just illusions and you're trapped in them. You should get free of this, get out of this. God forbid that you should learn something. God forbids that you should learn something. They want to keep you from knowledge. The knowledge of yourself, mainly. And the knowledge, out of that, the knowledge of others, because if you had the knowledge of yourself and of others, you could see them. You could see what they are. You would see their truth. Yeah? As long as you are dumb, you cannot see their truth. And they can hide in their delusion that they create. Anyway, Sadhguru. Conscience. Or conscience is nothing. That's what he said. Conscience is nothing. Conscience varies from culture to culture. Yeah? Some cultures think something is good, some cultures think something is bad. Yeah, he's right. But that is not the true conscience. That is the conscience created by the delusion. Culture, religion, politics are the collective unconscious, where we are collectively unconscious. And there's a false knowledge of good and bad in that artificially created environment. That is the delusion. You live in that delusion, you are unconscious of the truth. So, let's say in the delusion of religion, and what is right and what is wrong, what your conscience tells you according to religion. Yeah? In some religions, if a girl gets raped, yeah, and she makes it out of that alive, there is a good chance she will then be killed by her brothers or stoned by her father, because she brought dishonor to the family or something like that. That is the warped conscience, the warped knowledge of good and bad in the delusion. When you're in the delusion, you will do that. You will kill your sister because she got hurt. That is not the truth of this world. That is not the truth of this world. This is not what this world teaches you. You are not in the truth of this world. They're making out that is the truth of this world. It's not. That is the delusion. In the truth of love and compassion of a human being, when your sister gets hurt, you do not kill her for it. You love her. You heal her. You try to do something that will make things better. That is the truth of this world. That is the truth of a human being. That is the truth of this world. They're making out the delusion to be the truth of this world, and it's not. There is, as the Inspired channel says, there is an underlying truth, and that underlying truth is the natural truth. our own natural knowing. If somebody you love, that you are connected with in love because it's your brother or your friend, your sister, you have a connection there, your child. When they get hurt, you do not kill them. That is as warped as it can get. That is as far removed from the truth of this world as you can get. You have disconnected from the truth of this world and you're living in the delusion. But they keep saying that, first they create the delusion and then they make you believe that is this world. So you want to get out of this world. Yeah, problem, reaction, solution. They create the problem. They tell you that is the natural truth of this world, which is not. And that the solution is out there. The solution is actually getting back down to the truth. You can get out of the delusion, out of the veil, two ways, up there or down there. Yeah? Get back down to earth. There's the light. That is a false light out there. AI video said, I want to talk about that. AI video said, you are not human. You're not having a human experience. You are a fractal of the divine orb. Again, making a separation. Yeah, you're either human or you are divine fractal of the divine orb, the creator. Human is a fractal of the creator. We are one possibility that was contained in him. Out of him, everything is created. Everything was a possibility contained in him before it became a reality. Birthed out of him. It gives birth to realities. Human is a fractal of the creator, so is everything that is created. Tree, animal, plant, whatever. All fractals of him. And his light, the light of the divine, is within us. We are not separated from it. We are beings of light as well as being in the solid. And now, let me talk about the darkness in this world. Again, the darkness that is created by the veil of religion, of politics, of false spiritual teachings that will make you want to leave this world. Because that's all they want. Actually, I don't think they actually want you to leave this world. They want your energy to get out of this world. For you to project your energy somewhere else. I want to show you this here. Because they're not farming negative energy. They're sucking the love out of this world. That's what they're doing. I want to show you this here. Now, as I said, we are experiencing this false reality, this artificially created reality right now. That is not good for us. And what it does in the first place is that we are going within. Again, everybody says, go within, go within. Yeah? That is what we do. We are beings of energy that we are, I keep saying it's tentacles, but that's, well, it's coming out of us like tentacles, looking to connect, to receive and to give on an energetic level. But if we are getting hurt, we are pulling in the tentacles. and we disconnect. We disconnect so that we don't get hurt. It's a defense mechanism. In this world, you can see it very clearly what's happening. If you have a child that is not growing up in the protection and in the safety of a family, maybe they're in care or something like that, or they're orphans, a lot of those children are extremely defensive. Yeah, they do not reach out. Yeah, they're like an oyster in a shell. The thing is, and I think we're all doing that at the moment, we are disconnecting. We are drawing in our tentacles. The problem is that we are beings of light and energy. We are that. Yeah? And man does not live by bread alone. He doesn't. We don't. I mean, make no mistake, we do need bread, but that's not all we need. We need energy. We need to give. And it's not only that we need to receive, there's an urge to give that is just as strong as the urge to receive. We're receivers and we're givers. Both needs to happen. And the energy needs to flow. It wants out. It wants to do something. It wants to connect. But then, again, if we're in this oyster state, and the energy grows, and then all of a sudden something comes and says, connect to me. Connect to me. Become a part of me. Reaches out a hand with a promise. You be a part of us. There's your home. There is where you can connect. There is where you can let out your energy and you can be free and you can be one of us. And in this world, what happens to those children? That which stretches out the hand is more than often not good. More than often not good. And it is a false promise of a false light. That promises salvation, and it will give destruction. Will use that child, will hurt that child for themselves, for their own desire. But look at the Bible and make very clear that you understand the God of the Bible is pure evil. Yeah? But that's how he operates. That is what everybody says. If God calls you, God wants you part of his wonderful kingdom. He will first of all separate you. You are being separated from your family, from your friends. He takes you into the wilderness where you get totally confused. And then he offers his light of salvation. That is how it works. That is what the Bible says. And people call it good. That is not the truth of salvation. That is not a true light. That is false. It creates, first of all, it separates you from the truth, your family, your friends, people that truly cared for you. That was the truth. That was the human truth. That was the love of the Creator expressed through a human being, and you were receiving that. But God takes you away from that with the promise of a greater, something all the way out there. And we keep falling for it. We keep falling for it. We deny our own knowledge, we deny our own feelings, we deny our own truth, which is the truth of the Creator, and we're going toward the false light. We are creating its structures, its systems, to catch everybody else in that net of deceit, in that veil of falsehood. And then here's the last thing, this idea of loose farming. Let me go back to that because it just came to me. Yeah, they say they are harvesting negative energy. They don't. Look at the Bible. Look at what it actually tells you. God does not demand, well, the one that Jesus followed. It demands your love. It demands that you love it. It wants the energy of your love. Love God out there with all your heart, with all your might, with all your mind, whatever. It's sucking the love out of this world to somewhere else out there. You are directing your energy. You are the one. You are a being of energy. You are directing your energy. You are doing it. You're directing it out there, out of this world. You're directing the energy of your love out of this world. And then all that is left is darkness. Not because they are creating darkness, but because they're sucking out the love. And we are directing it, we are giving it to them. That's our energy. We are connected to the source. The source is giving the energy to us, for us to give. And we're all sending it all out there. And all that's left is darkness, and is pain, and a complete disconnect from one another. In fact, if pain and darkness is all that is left in us, then that is all we can give to one another. We're giving the knowledge of it to one another. We're acting on it toward one another, because that's all we have left. Because the rest of it we've given out into space. We've sent to the gods to make them happy and glorious. Sorry. The light of this world, the truth of this world, the light of love and compassion can only be in this world if we bring it into this world and leave it in this world. If we continuously give it to one another. It is the energy that creates good. But we must receive the energy, we must give the energy of the Creator, give it to one another in order to create a world of love and compassion. And if we do not give that energy to one and another, that world will not come into being because we are not creating it. We are the creators. We are the beings of energy. We are not trapped in matter. We exert those energies, we direct them, and we create through them. And the only way we will create a world of love and compassion is by giving to one another. Help one another. edify one another, give to each other what we need. If we have it, and we can spare when we can spare it, give it to those that need. And when our energy is circling amongst each other, we will be the creators of the world, and we will be free. We will be free of them, of the rulers. We won't need them. You know why we need them? Because we give our creative energy to them. And then we can't create for ourselves because we have given it away. Know who we are. We are not trapped in matter. And at the moment, yes, we might be trapped in matter through fear, but we are the ones doing it. It's our energy. We are the ones pulling it in. We are the ones that are connecting in the wrong way. We are experiencing the outcome in this world. Hello, there's a lesson here. There is something you should look at what is happening here, and you should find the cause and your own involvement in the cause and be enlightened to a greater awareness of yourself and everything else around you. There is a lesson. Learn it, see what is happening, see the truth. So say we take knowledge from lifetime to lifetime, not the memory of the entire lifetime, but knowledge of the nuggets of knowledge, something we know. And I would say for many lifetimes now, all the knowledge we got was the knowledge of bad, which is a knowledge in itself. You know, if you know something is wrong, that is a knowledge to tell you not to do it. Still, there should be a knowledge of good and bad. You know, there should be a knowledge of good. We are completely imbalanced in the knowledge that we have. We must create a knowledge of good so that we know it again, so that we experience it again. But we must create that. And we do that by using our positive, creative energy and give it to each other. And then we will create a good outcome. Stop giving it to the gods. And stop living in their delusions, in their systems, in their false narratives. Don't let those narratives create your knowledge of good and bad. Don't let those narratives create your conscience. They are creating you. You're becoming that. You're becoming that being that is judging according to a false narrative, and that has forgotten the truth, what it really is. We are according to this world. We are beings of love and compassion. We should be of sound judgment. We should learn from our mistakes. We should be guided by our guilt and our knowledge of wrong. We should learn and expand through the lessons that are taught to us in this world. And it will be good. Get out of this problem. The false narrative is the problem. And then they seemingly offer the solution. Get out of this world. Here's your helping hand. Here's the love of God. Look at the book of the Revelation. There's an outcome. There's a God coming to earth. There's the truth. That was not love, that was never love. Return to earth. Return to the truth. You are a being of light. Give it. Let us give it to one another. Families, friends, caring, and create with our positive energy in this world. Stop sending it out into space and all you're left is with is darkness. Anyway, here, I leave it at that for today, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.